Good evening, and welcome to the Iron Maiden. Today we'll be discussing all things Iron Maiden, ranking their albums, 15 of them. Most current two, well, we will not be listening to them. We will not be talking about them because I hate them. If you believe that, I got some land to sell you. Kidding. Now today, as I said, we'll be discussing Iron Maiden, ranking the albums, and but I will not be ranking the most current two, Book of Souls and Senjutsu. I guess that's how you pronounce it. It's foreign names. Why can't they speak American? Just kidding. But yes, today we'll be ranking the albums of Iron Maiden, and I hope everybody's been doing great. I haven't been too bad myself. Finally got over the first of the year cold that I had, and boy, what a way to start the year off. First week sick, second week feeling better, but still you got the crap in your throat that you just will not go away. No matter bottles of water or pop or whatever you can drink, it never goes away. And it sits there. In fact, it's still lingering a little bit. But anyway, before we start, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button. Hit the little bell so you get notifications, and leave a comment leave a comment down below, and also leave your own rankings of Iron Maiden. I would love to see it. But anyway, before we get started though, I just got some news today, some great news fact concerning another heavy metal band called Judas Priest. If you saw my little video I did last week on Freefall, they were going to go out as a four-piece. Well, seems the boys have come to their senses and heard their fans loud and clear. Still having a hard time talking. Talking is not one of my big things, though some people will say differently. But anyway, they decided to do the five-piece. I don't think they've decided on if Andy Sneap's going to stay on board. It hasn't really been official on that area, but it is official that they will be a five-piece, and that's great news. A four-piece, like I said in my video, it just will not work. I mean, it's adding players to a band works. Taking away players from a band just does not work. I've seen lots of great bands over the years. ELO, for example. They had, at one point, I believe, 7 members. Can't remember for sure. I have to go back and look. But anyway, that's about mid-70s. But then they started subtracting players, and by the beginning of the 80s, they were down to a four-piece band. Though they did have support players on the tour, it takes away from a band. You know, it's kind of an insult to the intelligence of the fans. So when Priest said this, you know, they were going to go out as a more powerful, that's what, band to support their upcoming album, which has yet to be announced. I thought, okay, you're taking away ammunition, basically. You're taking ammunition away, and they're going to be more powerful? No. You add ammo to become more powerful, per se. So anyway, great news. Priest is going to remain a 5-piece. Whether or not Glenn's still going to come out and play a few songs. When you're dealing with Parkinson's, unfortunately Parkinson's you don't get better from, at least not right now. Hopefully someday they will have ways to treat that better and get people, you know, their strength and their longevity back, you know, but until that time comes, we'll have to wait and see. So anyway, great news. Anyway, on to the main thing here. Like I said, I'll be doing all the albums except the last two. The reason I'm not going to do the last two is I haven't listened to them enough to form an honest opinion. I know Book of Souls has been out quite a while, and I know it's, you know, 5-6 years, 7 years. Plenty of time to listen to it. I know you're going, come on, Davies. Plenty of time. What's wrong with you? Well, the problem is for a while I kind of fell out with Iron Maiden. Haven't been really listening to them. Their recent discography, though good, hasn't been endearing on me. Though the most Senjutsu I've listened to probably 4 or 5 times, and it's gaining ground. Book of Souls, not so much. I listened to a little bit today. I just can't seem to get into it. But anyway, when you only got so many hours in a day to do things, and my day's pretty full. You know, with work, you know, you only have 1 day off, 1.25 day off at work. So this week I got Monday off from work, Martin Luther King Day, so an extra day to do things. So anyway, enough of my rambling. Let's get on with it here. So there's 15 albums. Starting it out, of course, if you don't know how this works, I start out with my least favorite and work all the way up to my favorite. And I know I'm gonna blow some people's minds with my take on this, but hey, this is the way I see it. End of story. If you don't like it, tough. That's why I say put your own rankings down at the bottom in the comments, and that'll be your ranking. You know, this is what you like. So, but this is what I like. So anyway, starting it out at number 15. Nice. So here we go. Album that come out October 2nd, 1995 on EMI Records and CMC International. The X Factor. Blaze Bayley's first album with Iron Maiden. I listened to this at work yesterday. Yesterday or the day before, but anyway. Other than the Sign of the Cross, just it sounds forced. At one point, I think I got up to what was it? Look for the truth or the aftermath. But anyway, too much repetitiveness. Blaze sounds like he's just going through the motions. Everything sounds forced on this album. It's like they just went in and we're sitting there. Okay, let's just get through this. We'll do a couple of takes, but let's get through this. I mean, it's just forced sound. Like I said, the Sign of the Cross. Is good. I love the Sign of the Cross live. Bruce doing the Sign of the Cross is fantastic. The band doing it live, fantastic. Not taking anything away from Blaze, he's got a good voice. His voice just doesn't work for Iron Maiden. I mean, that's my take on it. But all these songs are they just sound like they just want to get through it. Like, here, let's get this done. So, anyway, Lord of the Flies, Man on the Edge, Fortune of War, Look for the Truth, The Aftermath, Judgment of Heaven is all right, Blood on Your Hands, The Edge of Darkness, 2 a.m., The Unbeliever is all right, but it just all sounds like they just wanted to get through it. When I was listening to it the other day, I got a picture of him in the studio. Blaze is singing, or somebody's playing there, and Steve Nims is going. I'm gonna adjust that over there. Blaze, you want to take another take on that? Maybe bring it up a notch. What, you don't want to? Oh, okay, that's all right. Stuff like that. So anyway, number 15, The X Factor. Number 14. Number 14. Another Blaze Bayley's final album. It was only on board for 2. Released March 23rd, 1998. Of course, I'm talking about Virtual 11. Supposedly there's supposed to be, it's an enhanced CD with a video game that they came up with. I could never figure out how to get into it, so I never did anything with it. But anyway, a little bit better. Blaze is singing a little bit better on this one, though his voice just, to me, is just not. I mean, Paul Di'Anno did a great job. Bruce, fantastic. Blaze, he's not up to it as far as I'm concerned. Future Real comes in, great. Angel and Gambler, not so. Lightning Strikes Twice. Klansman, love that one, especially live. Bruce does fantastic on that one. When Two Worlds Collides, okay. Educated Fool, No Look in the Eyes of the Stranger. Como Etes Amigos, Etese, whatever. It doesn't sound forced as virtual or final. The X Factor, I'll get it out, but it just, I don't know, just not an Iron Maiden album to me. Just not as forced, but still, it's like they're just feeling their way, trying to figure out. Okay, we took this turn here. How do we get back to where we want to be? You know, so, but still, do I hate them? No. Do I enjoy them as much as the others? No. I just have to be in a certain mood to listen to them. So, anyway, number 14, Virtual 11. Okay, moving right along. All right. Number 13. I was kind of stoked for this album when it came out. I was looking at the track list, and I thought, oh, God, this should be a really good album. You know, it's Bruce's third album since he came back after the Blaze era. Released August 25th, 2006, and August 28th, worldwide. We're going to talk about a matter of life and death. Kind of a disappointment for me, with Bruce being back. You know, but don't get me wrong. You know, good. You know, there's solid songs, but it's just like, I don't know. I listened to this the other day, and it's like they're trying to figure out something here. But you know, sounds like These Colors Don't Run. I don't understand that one. Brighter Than a Thousand Suns, okay. But, you know, Different Worlds, the lead off song's good. The Pilgrim, it's alright. Longest Day, decent song. Out of the Shadows, Reincarnation of Benjamin Brigg. For the Greater Good of Gods, you know, a good one. Lord of Light, good. Legacy. Good songs, but just not my favorite. It's just like they were feeling their way through this album and just didn't quite get it fully. But anyway, the band. So anyway, number 13, Matter of Life and Death. And number 12. Number 12. This album would have ranked lower, but for not for the three previous ones, would have ranked a lot lower than it is on number 12. I was really disappointed in this album. Very disappointed. But Matter of Life and Death and the two Blaze Bayley ones, worse of a disappointment. Of course, I'm talking about No Prayer for the Dying. Released in when was it released here? It doesn't say. Oh, October 1st, 1990. Blaze Bayley's first album with the band, or Blaze Bayley. Yannick Gears first album, Yannick. Yeah, not Blaze, Yannick. Town Gunner, you know, starts out with Town Gunner, good song. Holy Smoke, yeah. No Prayer for the Dying, yeah. Public Enemy #1. Really? That sounds more like it's maybe a Jethro Tull song. Face Warning's alright, The Assassin's alright, Run Silent, Run Deep, Hooks in You, pop song. Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter. Mother Russia is alright. You know, Public Enemy #1 and stuff like that, and bring it. I'm like, what are you guys doing? I'm trying to go through a heavy metal comedy album here, but I just. And I think they did a release on this and changed the album cover. Now it's only got Eddie. They did away with the guy over here. I guess they didn't like him. But yeah, it just could have been so much better. So anyway, number 12. And like I said, that would have been a lot. That would have probably been dead last if it hadn't been for the other three that came before. So anyway, moving right along here. Okay, number 11, released September 2nd, 2003. Better album, though a lot of people don't like this album. I've yet to hear any positive reviews from the people I listen to on YouTube. So anyway, I'm talking about Dance of Death. Wildest Dreams, great song. Rainmaker, great. No More Lies, alright. Monsignor, alright. Dance of Death, probably the, Gates of Tomorrow, New Frontier. Passchendaele, fantastic song. Face in the Sand, Age of Innocence, Journeyman. Good songs. It just, Passchendaele live is fantastic. I've seen a video where they do Passchendaele and they rock it. But I think the turnoff here is, aside from a couple songs, everything else is 5 minutes or more. So, anyway, it could have been better, but it's not bad. Definitely must. In your, any Iron Maiden, serious Iron Maiden fans discography collection, But yeah, number 11, Dance of Death. Okay, that brings us to 1992. This album, well, could have been much more. Though it is an okay album. Released May 11th, 1992. Bruce Dickinson's last album with the group until he returned in 1999. He's talking about Fear of the Dark. Starts out strong with Be Quick or Be Dead. From here to Eternity, I'm not a fan. Afraid to Shoot Strangers is okay. Fear is the Key is alright. Childhood's End is alright. Wasting Love, nah. The Fugitives, okay. Chains of Misery, Apparitions, nah. Judas Be My Guide, Weekend Warrior. Weekend Warrior sounds more like a Priest title. Fear of the Dark, strong song, strong endings. It comes on strong and ends strong, but a lot of the stuff that comes in between comes off to me as filler. You know, aside from, you know, Afraid to Shoot Strangers and Childhood's End, you know, it's just filler. It's like maybe Bruce is saying, okay, let's get this over with so I can do the tour and I can go on to my old stuff. But still, aside from the filler, okay. Fear of the Dark, number 10. Yeah, solo album, solo career. That's what I was trying to think of. Solo career. Okay, moving right along. Well, you're probably noticing how all these albums that I'm starting out with are the more recent releases. And we'll get into that later. But anyway, this next album is a fine return of Bruce Dickinson, released May 29th, 2000. We're talking about Brave New World. When I heard Bruce and Adrian were back, I was excited, and I wasn't disappointed on this album. The Wicker Man comes in strong. Ghosts and Navigators okay. Brave New World's great. Blood Brothers, love it. Mercenaries okay. Dreaming of Mirrors is alright. The Fallen Angel, The Nomad's okay. Out of the Silent Plans, great. The Thin Line Between Love and Hate, great. Great. Welcome back to Adrian and Bruce. But yeah, look at that cover. Fantastic cover. I mean, there's on the back. There's the band. Great welcome back to them too. I just can't help but think it could have been a little bit stronger. Of course, I'm not going to complain too much because they could have tried to continue on with Blaze. You know, like I said, nothing against Blaze. He's a good singer. He's just not Iron Maiden caliber. So anyway, number 9, Brave New World. In the top 10s already. Okay. Okay, I'm probably gonna get some flack for this one because it's another album that all the people I've listened to talk about it don't like it. I think Chris Allo, Sea Tranquility is one of them. But anyway, released in August 13th, 2010, and the 17th in North America, and 18th in Japan, worldwide the 16th. But anyway, talk about Final Frontier. I know a lot of people don't like that cover, especially Eddie there as an alien. Of course, what do you want? I mean, I can't change up Eddie for a little bit. I mean, he's gone through many changes over the years since the first album. I mean, what do you want? But anyway, in the second coming of Bruce and Adrian, I feel that this is the strongest album. I love the opening, Satellite 15, The Final Frontier. I love it. El Dorado, fantastic. Mother Mercy, great. Coming Home, okay. The Alchemist, all right. Island of Avalon. Isle of Avalon. I just noticed something. Isle of Avalon, if you see that, right there on number 6, Isle of Avalon, that V looks like a U. So I was looking at it like, what the heck? So, I'm sorry, but a V doesn't look like a U, whoever did this. Star Blind's great, Talisman's alright, Men Who Would Be Kings, great, When the Wild Wind Blows, fantastic. Long songs though, I could maybe shorten them a little bit, but anyway. The band, that's what you get with the band picture. So, it could have been some stand-ins as far as I'm concerned. The only ones you can really tell anything is Dave Murray and Adrian Smith and Nico McBrain over here. But a lot of people don't like this album, and they don't like Eddie. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it looks too gross for him, or something. I don't know. But anyway, I think it's a strong album. I think it's the strongest album of Bruce and Adrian's second coming to the band. So anyway, number 8, Final Frontier. All right. These next albums I got on vinyl only. I've yet to get them on CD, though I know there's a lot of people out there going, no, you don't need them on CD. Well, yes I do. I like it on CD. I like CDs better than vinyl. Because number one, you don't have to clean your CD as much. When you put on vinyl, you get the cracking, hissing. A lot of people love that. I don't like that. Especially when I'm in my truck and it's been transferred to digital. Hearing the hissing and popping just bugs the heck out of me. Especially if when you actually drop your vinyl and it gouges one of the songs, and well, that's pretty much history. Because they say, well, you can do the same with CDs, yeah, but it's a little bit more. They're not as heavy as vinyl. So anyway, I'm not going to argue with that one. Anyway, let's get on with this here. Now this next album, when I first heard it, I was a lot younger. I was in my early 20s. Kind of shocked me. It was so much different sounding than the previous album. Released May 16th, 1983. Talking about Peace of Mind. Great artwork. Riggs did a great job as usual on these. Of course, he does it. Derek Riggs does a fantastic job all the time. Good album, though. Like I said, it totally different from Number of the Beast. And the sound. Of course, you got new drummer and Nico McBrain. Where Eagles Dare, bam, hits you. It's like a fist hit you right in the face. His drumming on that song, unbelievable. I mean, it's just incredible. The thing about Nico McBrain, though, is it's like after his first album. His drumming has kind of gone down in quality. You know, don't get me wrong, he's still a great drummer, but after Peace of Mind, it's like, okay, I'm in the band, I can tone it down a bit. But where Evil's there, I mean, he was just on fire on that album, on that song. Revelations, not my favorite. Fly Vigorous, not my favorite. I guess I've heard those songs too many times live. Die with your boots on, I love it. The Trooper, I don't need to hear the Trooper again. I've heard it too many times. Still Life, great. Quest for Fire, probably the weakest song on the album. Sun and Steel, great. To Tame a Land, fantastic. But yeah, it's a great debut for Nico. And but I think it could have been a little bit better. But that's just me. So anyway, number 7, Peace of Mind. Okay, number 6. Okay, last album with Mr. Paul Di'Anno. Album that, good solid album. Not my particular favorite out of the Paul Di'Anno era. Anyway, released February 2nd, 1981. I'm talking about Killers. I love the artwork. I mean, Derek Riggs. What can't you love about his paintings? I mean, he just puts these little doodads in the back. I mean, like on here you got cat up here, then you come down here and you get a cat down here. Over here you got somebody peeking out the window. And down here in the corner you got something going on. And another window you got probably right there, probably Charlotte the Harlot dancing around. But I just love, oh, there's actually 3 cats in here. You got another one right there. A lot of birds too. Of course, you notice where the birds are, they're not where the cats are. But anyway, just love his artwork. Eddie's, a vast improvement on Eddie from the first album. Vast improvement. But anyway, music, this is good. Ides of March, Rothschild, love it. Murders in the Rue Morgue, fantastic song. Another Life, Genghis Khan, Innocent Exile, great. Killers, fantastic. Twilight Zone, Prodigal Song, Purgatory, Drifter, strong songs. I don't know why. I mean, they're all good strong songs. I don't know why I don't listen to this as much as the others. So, anyway, go figure. So, still, excellent album, excellent artwork. Killers. Number 6. Okay, moving right along. Okay. And this album is, well, a lot of people have a difficult time putting this as heavy metal. Number one, it came out when the punk movement was going strong, and it does have kind of a punk flavor. The songs are more raw, but still it doesn't take away that they're great songs. They were released April 14th, 1980. Talking about the debut. Another great cover, though Eddie looks more punk than metal in this one. Now they have redone the album. He did redo the album cover for the release. It's not as bright. Eddie's got red eyes and he's more dark colors. There's the back. But still, good album, great songs. Prowler, fantastic. Though you can sense that they're got a punk feeling to that one over a heavy metal feeling. Remember Tomorrow's fantastic, I love it. Running Free, great. Phantom of the Opera, great. Transylvania, love it. Strange World, I love that song. Sanctuary is great. Charlotte the Harlot, good song, not one of my favorites. And Iron Maiden, if I was to rank the songs of Iron Maiden, I cannot stand that song. I don't like their self-titled song. It just doesn't, it turns me off. When they do that live, end of show, I know it's the mainstay, the show ender. I just loathe it. That would be at the very end of the list. I know I'm going to get I might get flack for it, but that's just me. I just don't like it. But the other songs on here, strong, fantastic. I mean, the only weak ones is Charlotte the Harlot and, of course, Iron Maiden. So anyway, debut, number 6, or number 5. Okay, we're in the top 5 now. So moving right along. Okay, number 4. Just a minute, I'm gonna have a little drink of water. Okay, this is the album that basically got me into Iron Maiden. When I heard it, I was just captivated. Yeah. Released March 22nd, 1982. Bruce Dickinson's debut. Clive Burr's last album with him, which is too bad. Of course, we're talking about The Number of the Beast. The Number of the Beast. Now that it got me into Iron Maiden. Fantastic album. I mean, Invaders. That song kind of reminds me of a Ronnie James Dio type intro. Children of Dam, fantastic. Prisoner, love it. That's the song that I fell in love with. 22 Acacia Avenue, fantastic song. The Number of the Beast, oh, love it. Run to the Hills, fantastic. Gangland, probably the weakest song on the whole album. Hallowed Be Thy Name, fantastic. I mean, it's just solid. Heavy metal, still with a slight punk flavor, but still, they're honing their craft here. They're refining things. You got Bruce on board, so they're just feeling their way here. But yeah, it's what I can't say more, more about this than I already have. I mean, it's really funny how the only original members from when Iron Maiden started out is basically Dave and Steve. I mean, they've had a number of lineup changes, and of course, we're watching a documentary on Iron Maiden and how Steve Harris said he always wanted a stable lineup. And, well, he finally got one for quite a while after this album, when, after they had Nico McBrain join them. Of course, Clive Burr, I love his drumming on this album. I mean, it's just fantastic. Of course, Nico on his debut album, fantastic too. I just think he just, like I said, lost a little bit of his motivation. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's just him. I don't know. And of course, I don't know if I showed you the back with the band. They got a lot of flack for this album. Whoa, Iron Maiden's devil worshippers. You gotta stay away from them. No, they're not. Also, you can't really see it on this album, but there's a little shout out to the Alien movie Alien. See it right there, where her fingernail is an alien. If you go to Iron Man and go bring up their paintings for the albums, there's some that show a little bit, the picture's farther back, so you can see more at the bottom. But it is an alien on there. So I thought that was pretty funny that Derek would throw that in. It's just another one of his, how he's fantastic with these album covers. It's too bad that he doesn't do paintings like this anymore. He does it on a computer and stuff because he was, I guess his health was getting hurt by the chemicals and the paints and stuff that he was using, so he had to quit that. So, which was too bad. Fantastic painter. So anyway, number 4, Number of the Beast. Okay. When this album came out, I was completely blown away. This is what Peace of Mind should have been. Though, like I said, Peace of Mind is still a great album. This one is a vast improvement over it. And the tour for this was fantastic. But anyway, released September 3rd, 1984. Talking about, of course, Power Slave. This album cover, I think, is the crowning glory. Derek Riggs' crowning glory. I mean, if he used to go back in time and visit the pharaohs, they would definitely hire him to do their paintings. I mean, there's just a lot of little things here on this cover too. I mean, he just is awesome. Derek Riggs is an awesome guy. I mean, what better fit to have an awesome painter with an awesome band, right? So, anyway. Starts off, another punch in the face. Aces High, 2 minutes at midnight. A lot of people are getting sick and tired of that song. I still love it. Loser's Words, fantastic. Flash of the Blade, love it. The Duelist, okay. Back in the Village is all right. Probably the two of the weakest songs on here, but still great songs. Power Slave, love it. Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. Awesome epic. I mean, there's so much there. the music fantastic, the lyrics just captivating. And when they do that on stage, oh, it just sends chills up and down your spine. I mean, just love it. But yeah, it's just I can't say enough. I mean, it's just classic Maiden. Power Slave. If you haven't got these albums, if you hadn't heard these albums, go out and listen to them. Give them a chance. That's what this channel's about. Is getting word out on these albums. Get people to say, "Hey, there's great music from the back in the day. I mean, let's check this stuff out." But give it a chance, and hey, it'll take a few minutes of your time. So anyway, moving right along. Now, if you're an Iron Maiden fan, you know what the next two albums are. Had a tough time, as usual, figuring out my top two, even my top five. It's difficult, but the top two, these could change places. I mean, they're just both fantastic albums. Iron Maiden at their height of their powers back in the late 80s, mid to late 80s. Before they went on their kind of comedy tour, comedy album, songs, whatever. But anyway, released September 29th, 1986. Fantastic follow-up to Power Slave and their live album, Live After Death. Fantastic. If you haven't seen that, heard that, or seen the video, their concert at Long Beach, oh, get it. Fantastic. But anyway, Somewhere in Time. Look at that album cover. Power Slave, I think it's the best album cover that Derek Reed's done, but this one is a close second. I mean, there's so much here. I mean, this could even change places with Power Slave. But right now, I love Power Slave because it's clean, it's fantastic, but this one got a lot of stuff going on. I mean, right down here you see some guy holding a knife. And there's lots of little messages in here. Let's see. It's got printed backwards. This is a very boring painting. Only Derek could do that. Got a lot of other things in here. Little shout outs. Towers Hotel International. On the back here you got Bradbury Towers. Shout out to Ray Bradbury. Maggie's Revenge. Ancient Mariner Seafood Restaurant. Albert Ales. You got advertisement here, a little latest results. West Ham 7, Arsenal 3. Texas Records and Tapes. Hammer Jacks, Long Beach Arena. Tyrell Corp, of course from Blade Runner. Marquee Club, where Maiden used to play a lot. Aces High Bar. Shout out to Aces High. Ace High Bar. Aces High Bar, yeah. Okay. The Moores Beer Garden. Rainbow Club. So much stuff here going on. It's just fantastic. Phantom Opera House. There you go. Movie here. Live After Death plus Blade Runner. So I just love looking at these paintings. It seems like every time I look at them, I always find something new. I mean, like on the back cover, got playing right over the Aces High Bar. Got all kinds of starships in the background, you know, one that looks like Cleon's ship, you know, so on. But Derek Riz, you gotta love it. Anyway, you gotta love the music too. Starts out with Caught Somewhere in Time, love it. Wasted Years, love it. Sea of Madness, Heaven Can Wait, fantastic songs. Lonely as a Long Distance Runner, Stranger in the Strange Land. You know, probably my favorite song on this whole album. Just eerie, creepy, but Deja Vu, probably the weakest song on the whole album. It's still great. Alexander's great. A lot of people don't like that song. I love it. Just another fantastic finish to another fantastic album. But just, if you haven't heard this album, check it out. It's awesome. They did a Somewhere Back in Time tour not too long ago. I'll be getting that in a minute. But anyway, number 2, Somewhere in Time. It brings us to number 1. Released April 11th, 1988. Because I'm talking about Seventh Son of the Seventh Son. Not the best, best album cover, but still quite interesting. A lot of little doodads here and there, as usual. But the music, Moonchild, chilling, love it. In fact, I once seen Iron Maiden on this tour. In fact, that was the last tour I seen Iron Maiden on. I haven't seen them since. They started out with Moonchild. Infinite Dreams, great. Can I Play With Madness? Loved it first. Now I don't really care for that song, but still a good song. The Evil That Men Do, fantastic. Seventh Son of the Seventh Son, fantastic. They did that in the concert. I mean, Prophecy, Clairvoyant, great. Only Good Die Young, fantastic. I mean, just all in all, solid album. You know, when I was getting ready to do this, I listened to this again, and I hadn't heard it for quite a while. And just that one listen reminded me how much I love this album. But of course, like I said, this album and Somewhere in Time could change places. You know, if I did this next week, it could be different. But right now, number 1's Seventh Son of the Seventh Son. Solid album. And, solid band. This is Iron Maiden at their height of the powers. Don't get me wrong, they're coming back, but they've changed so much since these albums. They're doing longer compositions and stuff, and, which I'm not against, but sometimes it can be a little bit too much. But anyway, the new albums right now, if Senjutsu would beat out Book of Souls. It's just I would have included them, but I'm still undecided where they would have been ranked. Would they have been ranked higher, lower, whatever? I don't know. Maybe someday down the line I'll redo this and have them in, along with whatever else they've released. But right now they're good albums. Just right now I just haven't heard them enough. So anyway, little review. Seventh Son of the Seventh Son, number 1. Number 2, Somewhere in Time. Number 3, Power Slave. Number 4, Number the Beast. Number 5, Debut, Iron Maiden. Number 6, Killers. Number 7, Peace of Mind. Number 8, Final Frontier. The best of the Bruce and Adrian's Second Coming. Number 9, Brave New World. Number 11, number 10, Fear of the Dark. Getting ahead of myself. Number 11, Dance of Death. Number 12, No Prayer for the Dying. Number 13, Matter of Life and Death. Number 14, Virtual 11. And we did it. Number 15, The X Factor. Great discography, though, like I said, the Blaze Belly area. The Blaze Belly. Too many B's. The Blaze Belly. Oh my hell. You gotta love these days when you can't talk. Very good. The Blaze Bailey era. I'll get it there. I got it out. The Blaze Bailey era is probably the weakest point. Nothing against Blaze. It's just was just not the guy for Iron Man. Bruce is. Paul kind of makes you wonder if Paul hadn't went downhill after the second album. What Iron Maiden would have been like if he would have stayed strong and Bruce hadn't come in. But that we'll never know. Paul was a great singer, great fit, but he just wore out his welcome. So anyway, shout out on the live albums. Now I love Live After Death, but this one, Flight 666, love it. This is when they were doing the Live After Death, all the songs they did on there, plus the songs they did on Summer Time Tour, plus a few from other albums. We got, of course, started out with Churchill's Speech, Aces High, 2 Minutes of Midnight, Revelations, The Trooper, Wasted Years, Number the Beast, Can I Play with Madness, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, CD2, Power Slave, Heaven Can Wait, Run to the Hills, Fear of the Dark, Iron Maiden, Moonchild, Clairvoyant, end it with Hallowed Be Thy Name. If you could top a great live album like Live After Death, this is it. Dead Force 1, of course, they've got a different one now, 737. Great video too. I got the video of this. Love it. Because I think I think it's Rock and Rio live video better. Because they do Sign of the Cross on there. Just if you haven't seen that one, check it out. Rock and Rio. fantastic. The sign of the cross, just haunting. Ooh, just, oh, I just love it. Well, this is where I found out Bruce actually flies planes. I didn't know he was able to fly a jet airliner. I mean, he's a jack of all trades. He puts his mind to doing something, he does it. That's one of the great things about Bruce Dickinson. I mean, he's so full of life. I mean, he had cancer, had cancer treatments recently, and I'm glad he got through that. I mean, he's an energetic guy, fantastic guy. I mean, he's full of life. I can't imagine Iron Maiden without him. Again, I mean, Blaze, did his best, but Bruce has just got that extra little bit. I mean, so anyway, there you have it. Iron Maiden. Leave your own rankings down below. I'd love to see them. Hope you enjoyed this. Trying to do better on my videos. I mean, it's a learning experience. Getting on here, especially setting a channel, it's like have to sign up with the government. But for all the negative flack that YouTube gets, recently about banning people and stuff, and they've given me this chance, and I thank them for it. Thank you, YouTube, for letting me do this. Thank you, YouTube, for all the great channels, the great people I've watched on here. Regardless, we're not all perfect. There's not going to be that perfect platform. We're never going to find it. We can come close, but so anyway, then I can get into the political stuff. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope everybody's doing great out there, and thank you again. Please leave a comment, like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and we'll see you next time.